Today we're going to cover how to easily install your gas dryer by yourself, and you can save maybe a couple $100 over someone else doing it for you. You just need a adjustable wrench like this, a crescent wrench, and you need to have a good dryer vent tube. These more solid ones are great. You need some of this foil tape and then a good gas line. We'll put a link in the description below. So I have to remove this little cap here first on the incoming gas line. I have to make sure I have it in the shut-off position so the yellow knob is turned at a right angle, and I'm going to feed on the new gas line. This is a compression fitting, so this part of it does not need the thread tape. It just needs me to get a nice snug tensioning here, not too tight, but just snug. And this one may need some of the Teflon pipe tape, this type of threads shown in the picture here. So we get that nice and tight, and you can do a soap test. You can spray some Windex at the joint once you turn on the gas, and if you see some bubbles, then you know that you have to get a little tighter. So I'm going to plug it in now, and I'll turn on the gas for the dryer and then do that soap test by turning this yellow knob so that the knob is in line with the gas line. And now I'm going to slip on the vent tube, and just take your time here. This part's a little tricky. You got to get this vent tube, is the female side, goes over the male part, which is the dryer side. You have to kind of twist and move around to get it over top of that part of the dryer. And I'm going to leave a little bit of the area exposed so I can put this foil tape, which is metal tape, so it can get really hot. It won't hurt the tape. I'm going to peel off the backing and then get it on there, maybe a couple of turns here to get a nice airtight connection. So dryers put out some carbon monoxide when they run, and you don't want that carbon monoxide to get into the room or into your house. You have to make sure it gets vented to the outside through the dryer vent tube. So you have to make sure you have really good airtight connections where the vent tube connects to the dryer and where the vent tube connects to the wall and then leaves your house, getting the moisture and the carbon monoxide away from your house. So get that on nice and tight. And now I will just climb out from behind the dryer. This is tricky sometimes. Sometimes you don't have a lot of room. And then we'll give it a test. I'm going to push the dryer in now into position. But when I do that, I want to make sure I don't squish the dryer vent tube. So I'm going to lift it up a little bit to get it out of the way. That's going to allow me to get the dryer in closer to the wall. So it's okay to have a bend in that dryer vent tube. Just make sure it isn't crimped. You want to have that tube nice and round all the way through its length so the moisture and the carbon monoxide can leave your house. So we'll turn it on, give it a test. Press start. This one you have to make sure you clean the lint filter. This one was pretty dirty, so I'm going to pull that lint off, and when I put it back and close the door, make sure the door's fully shut, it'll start up. And then I want to go outside and test the airflow. So press start. Now outside, when I put my hand over where the air leaves the dryer, it should feel like a hair dryer, a pretty strong volume of air. If it's a little bit anemic, you might want to use a dryer vent cleaning kit to clean that up. This is some cleaning we can do on the inside of the cabinet. So I'm just going to use my paint scraper to push these clips out of the way. I can pull off this bottom panel, and then I'm going to reach in and use a paintbrush, or you can use a vacuum to get all of this accumulated lint. This is a normal situation with all dryers over time. They just build up lint inside the cabinet. But it is very flammable, and it can sometimes cause a dryer fire or house fire. So it's good to get rid of this stuff. Probably about once a year should be enough. Make sure you have it unplugged when you're doing this, because there are some electrical connections that could give you a zap. So just want to get all this stuff out of here. So cleaning the lint filter really helps to reduce that too. All right, we're going to put this back on. So we're going to feed the panel back onto those bottom clips. There's a couple little holes in the bottom panel. We're going to feed it onto those, and then we'll push the upper part shut, and that'll lock it in, and you are done. When you get a chance, and also click the little bell notification button so we can send you weekly videos on all the different ways of fixing appliances around your home and saving you lots of money. So thanks again for watching, and please also press the like button for our video if this was helpful to you. Feel free to contact me at the email listed below, which is scottthefixitguy@yahoo.com, with any of your questions.